We're four best friends who grew up in small towns.
But it's not always easy being queer.
My name is Faye and I am an actor who loves fishing.
I'm SJ, I'm a creative director and I love nature.
I'm Vic, I'm a designer and I love to fish.
I'm Emma, I'm a designer who loves being near water.
Fishing is our safe space together.
We don't often see a lot of women fishing. It makes you wonder who else isn't being included.
So when we got the chance to go to Ontario, Canada to fish with some amazing people.
Fish on!
Hi, my name is Ken.
I am Dave.
Frank Leamy.
Christine.
I'm Emily O'Brien.
My name is Lisa.
Hey, I'm Demeisha, and today we're going to be fly fishing out here on the Madawaska River.
I'm an everyday angler in Ontario. I'm also a science teacher.
As people get more blind, the harder it is to get out.
I've been an addiction counselor for 10 years now. I welcome you guys to come fish with me today.
All right. Does that go over there?
When you're out in a canoe, you are using Indigenous technology that is thousands of years old.
Like most people, I grew up never thinking I would end up in prison.
We're going out after the elusive muska lunge.
Lucky Lisa, let's go.
Yeah, it was real, that was real, that happened.
Let's go fishing.
Yes.
We packed our bags for a cosy cabin in the woods.
We couldn't pass up the chance to
Get hooked. My name is SJ. I feel so lucky to be able to travel because that's something I never felt was a possibility growing up. I grew up in a very small town on the coast. I didn't have a lot. I've always worked really hard because I'm my own safety net. Been in the city for around 12 years now, and my mind goes at 1,000 miles a second. I find it really hard to slow down. I can step outside and it changes my mood instantly.
Today we've been invited to the Madawaska River to learn how to fly fish.
Light it up, pedal to the metal. We're gonna take it to a whole nother level tonight.
Faye, how do you put tape in the camera again?
Are you excited to try fly fishing, Faye?
I am. I'm a bit nervous because, from what I understand, there's a thwacking motion. I'll probably take someone's eye out at some point, probably Vic's.
Esha, how are you finding Canada?
I don't think I've seen a sunrise like the one we had this morning.
No, me neither. It was spectacular. It was really, really lovely.
What the future's about. Hey.
I'm so excited.
Hey, Demeisha.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
How's it going?
Good.
My name is Demeisha Dennis, the founder of Brown Girl Outdoor World, an organization that seeks to change the conversation around equity and inclusion in the outdoors, and I'm a fly angler.
I'm glad you made it out.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is amazing.
Pretty excited. Get to interact with some fish.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Today we're going to be fly fishing just outside of Algonquin Park around the Madawaska River.
Also known as Madawaska River on unceded Algonquin and Anishinaabe territory.
A lot of the spots on Highway 60 have been heavily overfished.
Yeah.
So this is one of those places that still has managed to maintain this pristine look in what you're seeing around you.
Yeah.
How did you find the spot where we're fishing today?
It's a secret. It's a secret how the secret had got to me.
Secrets give secrets.
Absolutely. But one of the things that I love to talk about is the idea of getting folks to know, love, and then working to protect the areas that we fish. Gonna make sure I'm building relationships with the communities around to understand how they're also practicing conservation so that I can get involved with any project, any organizations that are working to protect these spaces, as well as the ability to find fish here.
Is that a fish that just jumped over there?
Oh, look, there's one look, over there.
No, yeah, there is a duck. There's a duck there. It's probably feeding as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great indicator of fish being in the space because the ducks will follow the bait fish, and then the big fish are going to follow the bait fish. And where all the lily pads are, it's usually where the fish love to hide out.
What are we fishing for today?
Well, we're lucky enough today to get out to fish for bass.
Oh, I like that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Smallmouth bass are native to the fresh waters of east and central North America, but have been introduced to waterways across Canada. They range from 10 to 20 inches and weigh 1 to 3 pounds. Their gold-green colour is darker in clear water and lighter in cloudier waters. You hold a bass safely by putting your thumb in their sandpaper-like mouth. Ouch! A calloused, roughed-up bass thumb is a sign of an avid bass fisher.
And no one has caught a bass on the fly before?
Never.
Nothing?
Yeah,
Never
nothing.
caught one ever.
All right, today's gonna be the day. Today is the day.
We're gonna get a bass.
We're gonna get a bass. I paid them to show up, so they better be here.
Okay, good.
Cool, so where do we start?
Well, to get in the water, we need our waders. So we're gonna wade her up, grab our fishing rods, and we'll be on the water.
Wonderful.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I haven't put waders on in ages.
Let us don.
Now, someone might have to help me here because I can't quite remember.
Oh yeah, give it a little jump. That's...
No, I've done it wrong.
Oh my God. Oh no. Why is it so difficult?
No, you've got it twisted, SJ.
Look at that.
I'm so helpful.
Thanks, Vic. Cheers.
All right.
Bum, waist. I can't breathe. I'm done. I'm sweating.
Knackering.
The key items we will use today are waders, a fly rod and reel, flies, and a net.
It's so great to see you guys all dressed.
Yeah.
Looking like real fishy.
Yeah.
This is a fly rod. We have the reel attached to the fly rod. We have the fly line. And then inside the reel, we have the backing. If you can look at your rod, you'll see like a lighter green or white.
Yeah.
Inside, that's your fly backing. The line is what you really use to fish. The weight of the line is what carries your fly for you. The ones that we're using has some variation of feathers and rubber legs and a cone.
So they're all pretty different. How do you figure out, like, fly to choose? Like,
literally look what's crawling around. You see what's under the rock?
Yeah.
And then that kind of is an indicator of what the fish are eating. We say match the hatch.
it's so because you have to sort of learn about the environment you're about to fish in before you can even sort of attempt to...
Yeah, so the woolly bugger right now is looking like a leech. Which the fish will eat.
Yeah.
You know, you get them wet and all of a sudden they look like bait fish. Or they look like bugs in the water.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden that becomes food. All right, let's go.
Right. Oh, sorry. Good start.
What I love to do is to practice a little bit of gratitude when I step in the water. Nature is so big and it's allowing us this opportunity to interact with it in a way that's like fun and exciting, but also dangerous. For me, I stop and I feel the water and I let that water hug my legs. Me letting nature know I see its power and feel it, and also giving thanks for the opportunity to be out here to interact with it.
Yep.
One more.
There we go.
All right.
Thank you.
Go on, girl, get one.
Right? So one of the casts that I do for when I don't have like a lot of room behind me to move, which is often what's happening, is a roll cast.
Okay.
The person who taught me the roll cast said it's like, think about the action of picking up the phone, putting it down. This is when we had house phones or like landlines or whatever. To me, it was the easiest cast to learn because there's not a lot of technical motion involved in it. Whereas with a backhand, overhand cast, you're having to think about like having the line unfurled behind you when you cast it out and then wait for it to deliver all the tension to the front of the fly. Line set about 1 o'clock, just over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Wrist not engaged. And then all you're gonna do, bring the line back, form a D loop, and bring that out.
Okay.
What you're doing is trying to turn that line over so you can see the fly land on the water right there. Pick up the phone, listen, and you're gonna put it down. I really wanna see one of you try doing that cast because it's not too difficult. And see what we do with it. We're set up right now so that we have enough room between all the people fishing so that we're not hooking folks. In addition to our hats and our glasses, we also need to practice like physical safety so that everyone knows their placement on the water. We're also looking for places where we can stand that's flat so that you're more balanced in your when you're casting. Mind if I hold on?
No,
okay.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna go D-loop. Hello? We don't want it.
Oh yeah. Put the phone, put it down.
So you're gonna put some more motion, bring it back. That D, create the D-loop, yep.
And then put it down.
Keep that wrist loose, yep.
Nice cast, Ed.
We're on a fish.
Yes.
Rod to fly.
Yes!
Let me see. Oh.
Oh, it popped off, Vic. Still counts.
To introduce you to something that, you know, we go fishing, we don't catch fish. We go to fish. So if you're not catching fish, I still want you to look at it as a really great day because you're out here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't get bad.
No, you could be stuck inside.
Oh no, bad cast.
He had all the gear and no idea, bless him.
That was all appalling.
Right, now it'll take me 5 years to get back in.
And I didn't strike.
It's a little bit deeper than I thought I was going to be. Terrifying.
Pick it up. D-loop. There you go. How does that feel?
Nice.
Feels nice?
Really nice, yeah.
Fish on!
Faye's got one.
Wow.
Go on, Faye.
Your first interaction with a bass?
Yes.
You able to see it?
First ever one,
Yeah?
Thank you, mate. Have a nice swim off.
High five.
Yeah.
Good job.
Demeisha took SJ down the river. Vic, Emma and I tried to get another fish on here.
We're gonna head over here where it's a little bit safer to cross instead of going straight. In a funny way, this is kind of like navigating life.
I know, right?
The moment somebody holds your hand, it's like, oh, it's not so scary anymore.
This is a good rock.
It is a solid rock.
How long have you been fishing, though, outward?
Fishing about 22. Been fishing about 22 years, yeah. I literally started fishing like right after I moved to Canada. And the first time I went fishing with like a piece of stick, some crochet thread, and a safety pin.
Did you catch?
Nope.
Fish on! Wow.
Tiny little thing. Let it go.
Beautiful.
There you go, buddy.
Ah. What made you get into fishing?
Getting into fishing first was more out of rebellion, really. Like, I didn't want to go to church.
Yeah?
And I was just like, it's religion or fish, and I chose fish. Got into it more out of like challenging the narrative of who belongs in fly fishing.
Yeah.
And just seeing like different people show up, and there was always an older white dude sport.
Still is, pretty much. I moved out of home really young. Like, as soon as I was able to leave, I left. And I think that's kind of the attitude I've had my entire life, and just kind of like going after things myself. I couldn't really relate to anyone there in the town I grew up in, and I knew I was a lesbian at that point, and there was no one around me who I could kind of, relate to, basically.
I moved out of home like really early as well, and you work so much harder in creating a community when you know you don't have like a community like at home.
Yeah, I mean, I have maybe like 3 people now in my business who I'm kind of responsible for their livelihood. I feel incredibly honored that I've been able to sort of push myself to be in the space and have a business and drive myself to do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think you have to take a second to kind of step back and have a moment for yourself. I have a fish on.
You have a fish on.
Bass?
Yeah, this is another smallmouth bass.
How big's that?
It's a bigger bass. Oh, this one's a good size one. Okay, I'm gonna bring it over to you.
Oh, yeah. Are we tangled? Yeah! Wow! Nice. Amazing. Is it out?
Yeah, it's out.
Oh, bass. So pretty!
Yeah.
Look inside its
Like you can see in his side is
Yeah,
gilled.
that's crazy.
Yeah. There, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can go. High five.
Demeisha said no trip up north is complete without meeting her friend Christine at the Lake of Two Rivers, also known as Canoe. Christine is the owner of Wasaya Consulting, which she created to enhance the awareness and understanding of Algonquin Anishinaabeg history and culture.
Oh, there's Christine.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Hello.
All right.
Hi.
Here's the gang.
Kwe ani bojo, Christine Luckasavitch, Madawaska River and Donjaba, Audrey Jack and Dodam, Mama Winani Nishnaabe Kwe down. So my name is Christine. I belong to the Crane clan. I am Madawaska River Algonquin and mixed settler as well too. Right now, you are in my ancestral territory, so unceded Algonquin territory, toward the headwaters of the Madawaska River. Really beautiful place. Lots of fish here. And I've heard you've been fishing all day?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you're familiar with some of our fish species then, having been out on some of the lakes and rivers. But one of my favorite fish we no longer have here in these rivers anymore.
American eels, Kichisipi pemisi, are a type of fish with a long, snake-like body. They live in fresh and salt water in areas accessible to the Atlantic Ocean. Adult females can reach up to 1 meter, while adult males reach less than 40 centimeters.
American eel, or Kichisipi pemisi as we know it, that big river eel. For my ancestors, these fish would have made up a significant part of their diets.
Yeah.
Have you tasted eel?
Yeah, no, we have, what is it, big? Jellied eels, in the UK, but I've never tried them.
At one point in time, it was 50% of the total fish biomass here. When hydroelectric dams started to be put in place along our rivers, that meant that while eels can make their way upstream, the issue is coming back down. When they make their way back down through these dams, the turbines, those really sharp turbines, they get sliced. We've seen a 99% species population decline across the board. Anytime that you are harvesting, whether it's plants or animals, you never take the first that you come to and you never take the last, because that helps to ensure that it will be there for the future.
That's lovely.
That's beautiful.
Go to sleep, little baby. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey.
Christine invited Demeisha, Faye, Vic, Emma and I to go for a walk in her favourite woods.
To go fishing, you're going to go out in boats, right? Boats, canoes, and so on. It's always important to keep in mind that when you're out in a canoe, you are using Indigenous technology that is thousands of years old. Oftentimes, folks don't necessarily associate canoes as Indigenous inventions, but I assure you that's exactly what they are. For my ancestors, we would use birch bark canoes for flat water. So there are 5 different trees then that go into making a birch bark canoe. So I like to think of it as a community of trees coming together to then form this beautiful, beautiful canoe. So you've got your birch, you have cedar, you have spruce, ironwood, and ash. Here you have a white birch, so wigwas is our name for these. That's what forms the body of your canoe. So spruce we use for a few different things when we're building a canoe. We're using the spruce gum for waterproofing, and my grandfather used to just chew it as gum. It's pretty healthy for you too.
What does it taste like?
Like a tree.
Like a tree. Stupid question, Faye.
Yes. So then we have one other tree to visit when we're talking about canoes, and it's actually just right behind us here.
This guy.
So this is a cedar tree.
And what would you use the cedar for?
A nice straight cedar like this that doesn't twist. What we'll do is we will cut the tree down and start to split it into really, really thin sheets, and that's what forms kind of the floor of your canoe. You also make your ribs out of cedar as well. Steaming it and bending it into place.
Ah, you steam it in.
Yeah, and that's how it bends up and goes right into place. It's the most magical part of building a canoe.
Give me your best smiles. On 3, Canada. 1, 2, 3, Canada.
How we doing?
I was out on the water today fly fishing and thinking about the rest of our trip and all the travel, and I took a moment to reflect and to realise that I'm the only woman in my entire family that's ever been able to do something like this, and that's really, really special. It's a trip I'm never going to forget.
We didn't want to say goodbye to Demeisha and Christine, but our cosy cabin was waiting.
First photo for the wall.
You know, I miss Demeisha and Christine already.
We'll see them again for sure. Right, night you lot.
Next time on Get
Holy
Hooked.
catfish. Emma has one.
You know it's called fishing, not catching, but I'm gonna catch if it's the last thing I do. Luckily, we've got Arm Pryor in the books with Dave and his buddy Rick. That's the thing about fishing with these lot. Haven't even packed the car up yet, and we've planned the next trip. Next stop, Arm Pryor.
Get Hooked is created by Heidi Lynch and Leah Vlemix, directed by Leah Vlemix and produced by Heidi Lynch. Cinematography by Cameron Roden. Get Hooked is produced by Bone Vault Inc. in association with AMI and Out TV. Integrated described video by AMI. Featuring Demeisha Dennis, Christine Luckasavitch, Rick Clatt, Dave and Arby Fergoch, Frank Leaney, Lisa Goodyear, Emily O'Brien, Kenneth C., Faye Marseille, Vic Watson, Emma Tweddle, Sarah Jane Todd, and Rosie Jones. Get Hooked is produced by Bone Vault Inc. in association with AMI and Out TV.